Your first option in Flash for your final project is to create an Indiana Pacers movie, and there are certain requirements involved, as you might guess. So I'm going to flip around here and get to my website and show you what we're talking about. This is all posted on my website. This is the first of the Flash options. Remember, you have to pick one of these. You have to do one. The Indiana Pacers Beats headphones or the animated holiday card. This movie is about the Pacer movie. Look at the requirements. You have to use images of the starting five. There are 5 players that usually start the game for the Pacers, and you have to use those 5 images. Those are provided for you on Drive-L. You have to use the Pacer logo. That is provided for you on Drive-L. You have to use the text blue collar. You also have to use the text gold swagger. Put those two together and it's the Indiana Pacers slogan, blue collar, gold swagger. You have to use text that says blue collar, gold swagger. There must be some motion or animation included in the movie. It can't just be a bunch of things just sitting still. Flash is all about moving things around and having some animation. The exact length of the movie is up to you. I'm not telling you exactly how long to make it. You make it as long as you want to or as long as you need to. When you get this one done, save it on your network drive. The file name will be, remember how this works, final, that's your final project. This is a Flash option, and this is the Pacers Flash option, so you'll call it Final Flash Pacers. Turn it in on My Big Campus, and this would go for the Flash option when you're turning your work in. Now, let's go back. I've got an example posted here. If you click on example, and you scroll this down a little bit, you'll see my example of the movie playing. You saw the logo, you see these pictures of the players kind of flashing by. I used the logo again at the end. Now it's starting over. West, Hill, Stevenson, George, Hibbert, those are the 5 starters. See, I made it move pretty quickly. How quickly things move along is up to you. All right, now that's posted on my website as well. That's an example. Let's go over here to Flash and take a look at a couple of things. Here is the file in Flash that shows the Pacers logo, the players with their names. You don't have to have their names on it, but I just decided to do that, and you can do that if you want to. And then here's the text that says blue collar, gold swagger, and I had the Pacer logo again at the end. Let me give you a few tips about putting this together. Now, you don't have to make yours look like mine. If you have ideas of your own, that's fine. You'll start off with a new movie. I'm going to make my background a blue color because that's a Pacer color. They're blue and gold. I want to start this off by using the Pacer logo. So I'll do File, Import to Stage. It's preparing to import. And I have my browse window. The graphics that you might need for this are located on Drive-L. Look for your class period, go to the assignments folder, final projects, and this is a Flash one, a Flash project. So you go into Flash, and there's Pacer photos. Inside here you'll see the images that you need. If you want to click this arrow and switch to large icons, you can do that. And I want to start mine off with the Pacer logo. It's really big, so I'm going to size it using the free transform tool. I'll have to work on sizing it so that it fits the stage. I think what I'm going to do with this one, start it a little bit smaller, right click, create motion tween, OK. Stretch this out maybe just a few more frames. And just have it get a little bit bigger. So to begin the movie, it's going to do that. It doesn't grow a lot, but that's animation. You have to have some animation. You have to have some animation and motion involved. Now you could make a new layer here and then go on and begin to add other things. I'll show you how I'm going to do this. I'm going to click in the next frame over and press F7. That just tells Flash that I'm done with what came before. Now I'm going to import to stage, and I'll get a picture of one of the players. I'm going to use the transform tool because it's too big. Now the file names, the names of the players are on the file names when you pull them in. This is David West. Just because I want to, I'm going to use some text and put his name right next to his picture. And I think I'll make that a little bit bigger. Red's not a good color for the Pacers. Let's make that a gold color. That's kind of how I'd like to have that arranged. I am not going to turn that into a motion tween. All I want that to do is just sit there for a very short time. I'm going to make it go really fast. So I'm going to move down the timeline a little bit and just press F6 one time, and it will stay for about 10 frames. Now if I come to that next frame over and just press F7 on the keyboard, it just takes whatever was in this frame and just clears it off, and I can put something else here. For example, I could import to stage, get another picture. This is George Hill. Got to transform it because it's too big. And I want to put his last name on here too. I like capital letters. Use the transform tool to make that bigger. Just kind of set it right next to his picture. Now on mine, I'm just going to jump down the timeline about 10 frames or so and press F6 right there. And then I could just move over to the next frame and press F7. Now I could continue to do that like I had in my example here. West stays on the screen a little bit, Hill stays on the screen a little bit, and I could continue with the other players. Stevenson, George, Hibbert. Remember, you have to use all 5. At the very end, you got to work in this text, blue collar, gold swagger. So I'll work on that. I'll take some text, type blue collar. I want to animate this text, so I'm going to press F8 and convert it to a symbol. Now I'll right click it and create a motion tween. I'll pull this motion tween out a little bit, but I'm not going to pull it out very far. I want this to go fast. I'm going to use my transform tool and make that get bigger. So after the players pop off, that will just pop on and just grow a little bit. To finish it off, I'm going to go to the next frame over on the timeline and press F7. That just tells Flash that I want to clear that frame out and I want to put something else in there. Get the type tool. Make it say gold swagger. I'll transform that up so it's bigger. Not quite that big. Looks pretty good. I'll press F8 and convert it to a symbol because I want to animate it. I'll right click it, create motion tween, stretch this motion tween out. I'm not going to stretch it very far. I'm going to take my transform tool and shrink it down. I didn't do all 5 players in this demo, but here's what I've got. The Pacer logo, here's West, here's Hill, blue collar, gold swagger. Now to make it complete, I would have had to do all 5 players. I'm just saving time in this movie. There's some tips on doing the Pacer movie. It's one of the Flash options on your final project. Your turn.